Hello. Today I bought two new yarns, or at least new to me, from the yarn store. One of them I know is a very popular yarn, and the other one is unfortunately discontinued, which is a shame because I really like the colors in that yarn. Um, we have them here. Nice black and a pretty purple. Let's see, the black is nice, kind of little scratchy but still very soft with almost no elasticity. And this one is a lot softer. Again, very little elasticity, but it's almost like thick and thin in its makeup. It's thicker in some places and thinner in the others. It's not as pronounced as some art yarn, but knowing that, can anyone recognize these? This one is the Cascade 220, which I know is a rather popular yarn, and this one is the Noro Nadeshiko, and that one is the one that's been discontinued, unfortunately. I'm still going to give it a review, but I'm not going to spend as much time trying to parse out this yarn and goods and bads and if I think you should get it, because, well, it's going to be hard to get. We will do a little bit more focusing on the Cascade Yarns 220. This one is a Superwash wool. They even say that it's a Peruvian Highland wool if you want to get specific. And we are going to actually use it in our project Double Stranded. We're going to be making a snood out of this work double stranded and the Noro yarn work single stranded to make a cat stitch snood. Now I'm going to give first the Cascade Superwash 220 a bit of a try. I'll be back with you in a minute. So I chained all the way through. I'm sorry, it's hard to see it on my black shirt. You can't tell, I like black. But I chained all the way across, and we have our nice chain. I like to use the foundation chain because it keeps it stretchy. You don't really get much stretch when you're just using I'm sorry, I said foundation chain. I'm using a foundation single crochet. It's actually, what I do is ends up not going through the second time, so it twists the bottom, but I like that border. So that's what we've got. And I have some thoughts on the yarn. I'm surprised actually at how soft it is. Usually wool I find to be a lot more itchy, but this is just, I wouldn't say that it's like butter, but it's definitely cuddly. I really wouldn't mind wearing this too much, I don't think. I don't think I'd mind it up against my skin much more. I was very happy as well with how it managed to stay together very well. It didn't split too easily. It split a little bit when I was using a smaller hook to make the foundation single crochets across. But it was not that bad. It was more of me getting used to where to put the hook in with this particular yarn and black yarn and no light, so that's why I switched over to the neck light. It also has some beautiful stitch definition. If you take a look at that, even with the black yarn and not having the brightest of lights, you can see each and every one of those stitches rather beautifully, which is, always something to be nice, especially when you can see it, especially in the black. That, I think, is the real test. It's easy to have stitch definition in light colors, but having stitch definition when your yarn is black, that's a little harder. So I am going to pause now to work through the rest of this. It's getting quite late, so I might have to come back tomorrow to finish this. But I will be working up through the cat row, the first color, and then I'm going to start work on the next color a little later tonight or tomorrow, and I'll get back to you with my feelings about the Noro Nadeshiko. And so I'll see you in a few minutes. I got to try the Noro yarn, and I believe that overall my thoughts are that it is actually much softer worked up than it is in the skein. It was a nice single ply thick and thin yarn, where some areas got thicker than other areas. It wasn't by a lot, just by a little bit, but it was enough to give it a nice texture and thickness to the finished project.
Flying high in the sky, clouds drifting by, sunshine in my eye, feeling like I could fly.